All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming off of a huge UFC debut here at Algeo MMA with Bassil, the Habibi, Hafez. Bassil, man, how we doing?
Good, man, really good. Here visiting friends and family and to get some training in Algeo MMA.
And
I got some friends.
Bill said he doesn't have any friends here. Bassil says he does have friends, so I don't know. I'm not in the middle of that. But you're coming off a big UFC debut, short notice against Jack Della Maddalena. He's like the hottest prospect. Everybody's saying he's the next big thing. You come out there on, about a week's notice and then bring him to a super close decision. So how did you feel about that fight, man?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like if I had more time,
We got a dog barking.
I definitely feel like if I had more time, I would have been able to get the finish or beat him 100%. I mean, 3 days, it was Monday night, and I fought on Saturday, so it was really short notice, less than a week. But, I mean, even the performance I put out there, I'm still not happy with it. I know that I could beat Jack 10 out of 10 times with a full camp. So I'd love to run it back. I'd love to get it back with him. I know it's not going to happen right now, but in the future, for sure, I'd love to run it back with him. I know he's going to be climbing towards the title picture. And, it's just the beginning. I'm just getting started. I'm definitely not happy with the performance I put out. I showed my heart and I showed my grit, but I want to really show my technique a little more and show a little better mix up from the striking to the wrestling and the ground game. And, I showed a little bit, is all I'm going to say. So I'm excited to get back in there, get a proper camp, get healthy for one, because I went into the fight with a couple injuries I didn't talk about, but they got a little worse, especially afterwards, actually. So from the fight, I'm dealing with them now and healing up, but I'll get back to it hopefully in the fall and hopefully fight again this year. So I'm excited to do that.
Did you agree with that decision? Because I know some media members scored it for you, a lot of them scored it for Jack, but it was a super close fight.
Yeah, I mean, it was close. I definitely thought I won the fight based off of the rule set in MMA. A lot of people are saying damage. I mean, the damage is really, really close on the feet. I think the control time that I have on the top versus his damage that he did in a little bit more in the spots, I think it tops it, in my opinion, because control time is a big part of MMA, not boxing. So, but look, in my opinion, no, I still didn't do enough on the top. I still could have gone for the finish a little more, gotten more ground and pound in, more submission attempts. So, I mean, regardless, I think I won the fight, but I still would love to run it back and fight a better fight on my end and definitely win the fight. So.
Well, win or lose, your stock certainly rose. Not many mainstream folk knew who you were compared to Della Maddalena, and then you come in and seemingly shock the world. So I think a rematch is in the stars, and I think that'll be a great fight someday with the full camp. And how many fights do you have on your contract? Because I know it was short notice. Is that a 4-fight deal?
Yeah, so it's a 4-fight deal right now. So 1 fight out of the way and then 3 fights left. But, I mean, it's not going to be a 4-fight deal in my opinion. I'm going to continue to fight my heart out and hopefully get another bonus in the next fight and get a finish, win the fight, and continue to earn my stock in the UFC and continue to get new contracts. That's the goal. So, I'm just getting started. You saw my first fight, and it's not going to be my last fight in the UFC at all. So I'm here to stay. And
you said you want to get back in there before the end of the year. Any specific card that interests you, or any specific opponents?
A lot of opponents interest me.
You can start name dropping.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I haven't earned that yet. But I definitely want to get back in there and fight. I mean, UFC Abu Dhabi would be really cool. But if the time frame lines up, to me, I don't really care where I fight. So it's all about getting healthy first, getting proper camp, and then wherever that takes place on Mars with Elon, or it takes place in Abu Dhabi, I don't give a shit. I'm going in there and I'm trying to put on performance bonus fight again and, get my hand raised this time for sure, though. Make that a definite, yeah. So whoever I fight.
You're all the way here in Philadelphia, but you primarily train in Colorado at Elevation with Gaethje and those guys. So, one, what brings you back home? I know you said visiting family, but two, how's camp and training over there at Elevation?
I love it over there, man. It's been a huge change for me, making the switch to go over and live in Colorado, train full-time out there. It's not just Elevation fight team. It's the striking coach I work with out there as well, my jiu-jitsu coach out there, the strength conditioning I do. It's a good storm of everything that creates a really good fighter, I feel like, and I'm taking full advantage of all that. But, I'm visiting my friends over here, Algeo MMA, Bill Algeo, and Anthony Dill, Will Dill, all my boys here. It's guys that I came up with, and I'm always going to come back and visit my friends and family and train with the guys that I started with. Even go to Balance Studios, train with Rick and Phil Miglioris and Andy Russell. So just touching back on my roots and just enjoying myself eating food, getting pretty fat. And actually, I'm doing pretty good. I'm not getting too fat. I'm trying not to.
I've seen your Instagram post. You're eating, bro. You're eating in Philly.
Yeah, I love to eat, man. How can you come to Philly and not eat? People don't know about the food scene here. They're missing out. Better than New York for sure.
Ooh, shots fired, but I agree. I agree 100%. And Bassil, my last question, man. Mentioning elevation, Justin Gaethje just knocked out Dustin Poirier with a massive head kick. What was your reaction?
Oh man, I was so excited for him. He deserved that. Like I definitely thought he could have won the first fight. I know he lost, and he got a little carried away with some things, and it happens in fights. But he went out there like super technical, the way that I know he can fight, and got the finish like I believed he could. So I called it before the fight. If you guys saw all my fight picks, I kind of called a lot of that night too. But yeah, I'm happy for him. He deserves it, and I think he's getting a title shot next. So I'm gonna help him train for Islam, and just try and get another belt for him. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Love it, man. And ladies and gentlemen, do not miss this guy's career, his fights. Get used to his name, Bassil Hafez, the Habibi. He's going to be in UFC for a long time to come. Thank you so much for joining me, man. And kick ass. Can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah, hell yeah. You're coming to roll with us now, right?
You say what?
Coming to roll with us, right? All right, let's go.